Previously, we learnt about the structure of a typical flower. Does it look like this? Yes, it does. The flower has these essential and non-essential parts as seen here. Let us understand the important roles of each part in this video. Let us begin with the female reproductive part first. Do you remember the structure? Yes, this is the pistil, which further consists of 3 parts. This surface is the sticky part called stigma. It is sticky in nature so that the pollen grains can remain adhered to it when landed on the female reproductive part. It thus acts as the receiving center. Now this slender tube-like structure is known as the style. What do you think will this be useful for? Well, it acts as a channel for the male gametes to reach the ovary. Yes, it's like a bridge that helps to carry the pollen tube, which is a tube containing the male gametes. It leads to the ovary where the egg cell is present. Now we know what the function of this ovary is. It is the most important asset of the complete female reproductive part. It bears the female reproductive cell, that's the egg cell. So this was about the female reproductive part of the flower. Now let's have a look at the male reproductive part now. What is it called? It is the stamen. This part of the flower consists of 2 major sections. This slender section is called the filament and this bag on top is called the anther. The filament helps in holding this bag firmly. And what is the function of the anther? It's the bag that holds several pollen grains inside it. Now what are pollen grains? These are the microscopic bodies that contain male reproductive cell of the plant. Now that we've learnt about the essential parts of a typical flower, let us learn about the non-essential parts. These lower ones at the base are called the sepals. Well, these are the first structures that develop when a flower is formed. Does this give us a hint about its function? The sepals are meant for protecting the flower when it's developing. When the flower is just a bud and not yet completely formed, the sepals form a protective covering around it. This mainly prevents the desiccation of the internal structures. Next are the petals. We know that the petals are always brilliantly colored. They are bright and attractive. Ever wondered why? Well, the only reason is to attract birds and insects for pollination. Wait, we have been talking about pollination since long. What exactly is this process? Can you guess what it could be from its name? Well, the name suggests that it's got to do something with pollen grains, right? Yes, pollination is simply the process of transferring the male gametes from the anther to the female reproductive organ. That means pollen grains from one flower will be transferred to the stigma of the same or any other flower. Is this so? Yes, that's what pollination is. Next, let's understand this process in detail.